Good afternoon, YouTube. Matt M. Roy back once again. Well. Hopefully, everybody is doing well today. I am currently working on backing up some data from this computer. A lot of you, hey, William, nice to see you, says waiting patiently. That was nice. I'm currently working with a Cronus right now, and I don't know why it's formatting the dang wrong drive. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to take care of this real quick. Try and desperately delete volume. Okay, let's see if I can get this to work. It's a good thing I have multiple backups. That's one thing. It's so important. You always want to have multiple backups, especially when you're using new software. I'm working with a Cronus True Image. Sorry about that. That was a friend of mine. I'll have to call him back later. And I don't know. I just haven't really worked too well. Cronus True Image is not one of my favorite programs, to say the least, but it's the only one that I'm licensed for right now. So it is what it is. Got to try and work with it a little bit here. So let's see. That was D drive. I could have sworn. Okay, that's unallocated. 2 terabytes. 3.36. I got the 2 4 terabyte ones. And that's set up as drive D. Okay, so it's this one that I need. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Just trying to find the right drive. And I just want to do a fast format and see if I can get the full capacity out of this drive. There we go. All right, let's see who we got here. We have Bobby Warren. Hey, Matt. George Blakely's here, says hello to William as well. Incidentally, I hope I'm coming through okay here. I wanted to discuss a little bit about the post I put up on Facebook the other day. A lot of you have been following my channel for a long time. We're probably going to be sad to learn about the demise of my Dell XPS 8700, the good old reliable Core i7 4770 system. It did suffer irreversible motherboard damage. Now, that being said, it wasn't really unexpected. I've been using that system for many years, and I'd say over the last maybe 2 months or so, I've had intermittent issues where it wouldn't boot properly. It would freeze up, and then I'd have to restart it, and there are days it wouldn't boot up at all. And I knew that it was coming. So yesterday, or what was it? Yeah, yesterday, I think it was, finally bit the dust. Couldn't get the thing to boot anymore. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, what am I going to do? Because that was my reliable workhorse. And, that's one of the only systems I ever bought outright, brand new. So I was scrambling around. And luckily, I had another 6th gen Core i5 that I was able to put over my little HP G1 tower that I was able to put over for my home theater PC over in the alcove, which incidentally works really well because it's a little tiny thing and you can't really put that good of a graphics card in it, but I was able to put in one that was decent enough, so I'm able to use that as a home theater PC. And then my data backup system's actually a 7th gen Core i5. So I took the only full-size computer tower case I had, which was the home theater PC over there, and that's what I'm incidentally using here now to replace the Core i7, which, funny enough, is actually now the oldest of the systems. This is a 4th gen Core i5. So I'm running the gamut of Core i5s. I have a Core i5 4570, Core i5 6th and 7th gen. I don't remember the exact models of them, but actually this is working out really well. And when I did some research, I found that the difference in speed between the Core i5 4570 and the Core i7 4770 or 4760, which I believe, yeah, 4760 is what I had in the XPS 8700, is minimal. And in some cases, the Core i5 can actually out process or outperform the Core i7. So at least for the time being, until I can get a little more money saved up, this is going to be my main rig. Now, a few changes I made in this. Again, this is a Core i5 4570 running at 3.2 gigahertz, but it does up speed or turbo boost up to, I think it's 3.6 or 3.8 gigahertz. So this has got a pretty good amount of power in it. Still same 16 gigs of RAM. I did do a video card upgrade though. The other one was rocking a AMD R7 360, which was a 2 gig graphics card. Decent card. I actually, where is it? I actually have the card here. I pulled it out the other day. This is the R7 360. 2 big fans, kind of dusty at the moment. You can see the ports on there. We got, what do we got on that? 2 DVI, 1 DVI-I, 1 DVI-D, and then that has the display port and HDMI. Now, by no means am I going to throw this out. This is still a good card. I'll probably use this in another build. But what I put in here is one of those AMD Fire Pro W5100 cards that I got from that last haul. And that card is a 4 gig card, and it's just a little bit beefier. This card could not do 4K. Like if I was trying to watch 4K, it would really struggle. You would get a lot of frame drops and everything. But the W5100 with the 4 gigs of GDDR5 memory, more than enough to do the 4K. So I'm actually very happy with this system as is. Now, I had to order a few parts that haven't come in yet for it. One is a USB 3.0 card, extension card, because this only has 2 in the back and I need 4 because my monitors here are touch screens, and right now that feature is not working because I don't actually have enough USB 3 ports on there. When will I see Eric? I don't know, honestly. I'm still recovering right now from that skin removal surgery, but hoping sooner than later. Eric and I always have fun when we get together. As a matter of fact, I actually have to return some equipment to him that he left here last time because he had to leave kind of in a hurry. Nice, they gave you a laptop. Let's see, what do we got? We got 4 people here right now. I'm just going to check my email real quick. I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how fast this computer actually is for being a 4th gen Core i5. And like I said, I honestly don't think this is going to be a permanent solution here. But for now, it still seems like it's working really, really well. I can see that I'm streaming just fine with it. I did put a Blu-ray drive in here like my other one. And oddly enough, this has the most... what was the word I'm looking for? Space, because I actually have 2 4 terabyte hard drives in it right now, and that's actually what I'm trying to get working at the moment. I have one that's showing up as 4 terabytes, but the other one is not. The other one is, for some reason, is only showing up as 2. So I'm gonna have to try to work with that, and I actually have to get the drivers fully installed in this. I haven't had a chance to do that yet, so a little bit of work still to do on this computer, but it'll get done eventually. And make sure you give a thumbs up if you're really enjoying this video. I don't know how long I'm going to go. I might try to do another live stream later on because, let's face it, a lot of people are probably at work right now. I should be working, but with my recovery, I really can't do too much yet. Still on lifting restrictions. Is Eric still in New Jersey or did he move? You know, I believe he is still in New Jersey. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to ask him that. So, Eric, if you're here, if you come here, answer that question for the folks. Bobby Warren, I had a Dell Optiplex 9020 before it broke today. Those are really good systems. I've had several 9020s. Most of them were i5s. I think I had one i7, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they're solid. They were very solid systems. Yeah, I can't believe I'm going to have to still do work to this computer. Honestly, it boggles the mind. It's like a never-ending process. It's like when you're a mechanic and you own a car that you love, that you pour your heart and soul into. You're always upgrading something. You're always changing something. I mean, how many of you out there feel the same way when it comes to your computers? And I'm honestly surprised it's working this good because I just realized I did not install the chipset drivers for this computer. So right now it's just working off the basic Windows drivers. Okay, so it broke, but it might just be because your monitor's not doesn't have the right hookup. It's possible. I mean, I would definitely check into that. You're fine tuning in to meet your criteria. Well, thank you, William. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not in the least disappointed with this setup so far. Everything seems to be working well. It's like I said, still got some work to do to it, but that'll all get done. Oh, the laptop, I got you. The laptop, you can't hook it up to your monitor. Look on eBay for something called a USB video card. As a matter of fact, I could probably send you a link to it. I used to buy these quite often. Let me see if I can find it here. Is this? Yeah, something like this. Here, I'll share this one with you. And basically, this will allow you to hook up any monitor to a laptop, even if it doesn't have the right connector on it. Though you can get adapters too. I mean, every laptop that I've been in contact with at least has a VGA out, and you can always get VGA to HDMI or VGA to DisplayPort. And heck, I mean, this is actually even cheaper if you wanted to go this route. This is almost every monitor I've ever seen has VGA, and then this one is actually USB to VGA. So check those out, show them to your company, and see if it's that something. See if that's something they'll be willing to get for you. They're not that expensive. Oh my goodness. It's funny. It's humid out, but I'm very dry. Probably should stick with water though. I'm a big coffee drinker, as most of you guys know by now. Come on, let me get in eBay here, see if we can check out some things that I bought. Maybe later. It drive you crazy how many things you have to do now, triple authentication and all that stuff. I'm telling you. Let me delete that. That's expired. Oh, I guess I did buy those. Dang. Did I buy one of those? I tell you, don't shop eBay early in the morning or late at night because you'll buy crap that you don't even remember that you bought. I use two monitors, one for my emails and one for my scraps. And that's where those USB video cards can come in real handy because they'll allow you to hook up multiple monitors. I actually used to use one of those on my desktop, and that would allow me to hook up more than I think at the time it was like two monitors I could hook up. But now, like this Fire Pro W5100 has four display ports, so I can hook up four monitors if and when I ever needed to. Well, be nice. I was going to ask you about that. I wasn't familiar with that term, scraps. TV news reporter? Cool. Yeah. Let me see, what are we at? We're at 15 minutes right now. Again, I'm not sure how long I'm going to do this for. I may try to do another one later on this evening. I really need to get the drivers installed on this computer because I have just not been able to get that done yet. Running out of time during the day, you know. Oh, incidentally, the Dell XPS 8700 had a what the heck was that? It was it was a 240 gig, not M2 SSD, board mounted SSD, but it was actually the old M-SATA drive, which I think I still have sitting over there. And I was going to try to swap that into this motherboard, but unfortunately, this motherboard does not have that capability. Luckily, whenever I set up my main rig, I never back up my data on the main solid state drive. Right now, this has a 500 gig laptop style PNY SSD, and I could put more data on there, but I try not to do that for this eventuality. Exactly when the computer dies, makes it easier. I have two external hard drives where I store like all my YouTube videos and all my photos and everything. That way I can safely migrate from one computer to another and I won't run the risk of losing data. The IT just called and they have a Dell XPS. I would love to get another Dell XPS, honestly. They are, without a doubt, one of my favorite rigs. But I will tell you that the 8700, like I had, definitely suffered from motherboard failures premature. But I really can't complain. I mean, I had that computer since 2014. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 years. And 8 years is really good for any computer. Would I've liked to have had it longer? Of course. But what wound up happening with that, and I think when you out there hit the nail on the head, someone had talked about the power supply. And yes, I did have the original Dell power supply in there. When those go bad, those can send the wrong voltages to the motherboard, the CPU, and other components. And I think that's what might have happened because not only did the motherboard go bad, the CPU was bad too. Because I actually tried that CPU in this motherboard of this computer, because this computer is perfectly capable of running a i7 4770, and the CPU was no longer working. So it kind of shows you that I think we had some issues with a power supply, because not only did the motherboard die, but the CPU died at the same time. Nice, William. William did get a laptop from me, oh man, probably 2-3 months ago, and he said it's working really, really well. Man, I am sorry. I am so dry today. Just got to keep drinking fluids. All right, everybody. I think I'm going to end the live stream here. I do have work I have to do. I might try to do one later on tonight. Don't hold me to it. I'll have to see if time allows and if I'm feeling up to it. Because right now, with the being in recovery mode, I have to kind of take it easy. I actually just got my last port out, and unfortunately, it has not had a chance to totally close up yet. So I have to limit my walking and I have to limit doing a lot of things. So thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully everybody's going to have a blessed day. And I wanted to read a Bible verse to end this, but I don't have it with me. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. I always go to the Psalms when I read Bible verses. This is a good one. Isaiah 40:31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. And then we have 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. Couple of Bible verses, and we're going to do some Bible studies on here. Maybe not on my main channel, but I'm looking at branching out and maybe creating another one. So thank you all for coming. Please continue to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.